There's something about your breakfast your doctor may have never warned you about. Certain healthy morning habits could be silently draining your energy, weakening your legs, clouding your memory, and even driving your blood sugar higher day after day. And the most surprising part? Many seniors eat these foods every single morning thinking they're doing the right thing. And what makes this dangerous is that it usually does not happen all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, one tired morning at a time, one afternoon crash at a time, one moment where you stand up and feel slightly unsteady, slightly weaker, slightly older than you used to feel. And here is the part most people never hear. For many seniors and diabetics, the problem is not only sugar itself. Sometimes it is the very breakfast they believe is helping them stay healthy. Toast, cereal, fruit juice, even certain ways of eating eggs. Yes, eggs. Now, eggs can be one of the most powerful foods for stabilizing blood sugar naturally after 60, but only if you eat them the right way. Because the truth is, some common egg habits may actually worsen inflammation, energy crashes, cravings, poor circulation, and stubborn blood sugar spikes without you noticing the connection. And over time, those spikes affect far more than your glucose numbers. They affect your balance, your stamina, your confidence walking across a room, your ability to stay independent and active as the years go by. That is why today I want to show you 6 specific ways older adults are using eggs to naturally support healthier blood sugar, steadier energy, sharper thinking, and stronger daily mobility. And one of these methods, especially the fourth one, surprises even many health professionals because it has nothing to do with avoiding eggs, and everything to do with how your body responds to them after a certain age. So if you have been feeling more tired lately, more foggy, more shaky between meals, if your legs feel weaker than they used to, or if you simply want to protect your independence and stay strong for as long as possible, stay with me, because what you are about to hear may completely change the way you look at breakfast, and perhaps even the way you look at aging itself. Now, here is the first thing most people never realize about eggs after 60. They work best for blood sugar when they are paired with fiber at breakfast. Yet many seniors unknowingly start the day with foods like toast, cereal, fruit juice, muffins, or bananas by themselves because they seem light and convenient. The problem is that these foods digest quickly, causing blood sugar to rise fast and then drop just as quickly. And those crashes do not always feel obvious. Sometimes they show up as fatigue, shaky legs, brain fog, irritability, weakness, or that sudden urge to sit down before lunchtime. Over time, these energy swings can quietly affect balance, focus, and overall stamina throughout the day. This is where eggs can make a major difference. Eggs provide high-quality protein that slows digestion and helps create a steadier release of energy. When combined with fiber-rich foods like oatmeal, spinach, tomatoes, beans, avocado, or sautéed vegetables, the effect becomes even more powerful. Research consistently shows that pairing protein with fiber helps reduce sharp blood sugar spikes and supports more stable energy levels, especially in older adults whose metabolism becomes more sensitive with age. And after 60, stable energy is not just about avoiding hunger. Balanced blood sugar plays an important role in protecting muscle strength, concentration, mobility, and even confidence while walking or staying active during the day. That is why many older adults notice they feel more alert, steady, and satisfied when they replace processed breakfasts with meals built around protein and fiber. It is not about eating less or following strict diets. It is about giving the body the slower, steadier fuel it needs to function well with age. And this next method becomes even more important if you often wake up tired despite getting a full night of sleep. This next method surprises many people because it is not just about what you eat. It is also about when you eat it. And after 60, timing can affect blood sugar, energy, and recovery far more than most people realize. Many older adults eat their largest meals late in the evening. Toast before bed, pasta, rice, desserts, or heavy dinners often feel comforting after a long day. And that makes sense. Nighttime finally feels relaxing. But inside the body, something important changes as the evening goes on. Your metabolism naturally slows later in the day, meaning the body becomes less efficient at handling sugar at night compared to the morning or afternoon. Research shows that late-night heavy carbohydrate meals can keep blood sugar elevated for hours during sleep, placing extra stress on the body when it should be recovering. The effects often appear the next morning. You wake up tired instead of refreshed. Your thinking feels cloudy. Your body feels heavy and sluggish. And sometimes, despite eating a large dinner, you feel hungry again shortly after waking. Many people dismiss this as normal aging, but unstable overnight blood sugar may be contributing far more than they realize. This is why eating eggs earlier in the day, especially at breakfast or lunch, can be so helpful. Eggs provide satisfying protein that supports steadier energy and helps reduce rapid blood sugar swings during the hours when metabolism is naturally more active. And when mornings become more stable, the rest of the day often follows. That can mean fewer cravings, fewer afternoon crashes, less shakiness, and better mental clarity throughout the day. These changes are not imaginary. The body responds strongly to consistency, rhythm, and stable energy patterns. And protecting that stability becomes increasingly important with age because it supports mobility, independence, focus, and daily strength. But the next mistake may be even more harmful because it quietly affects both inflammation and circulation at the same time. And many seniors do it every morning without realizing the damage it may cause. Now here is where things become important, because sometimes eggs are not the real problem at all. It is what they are cooked in. Many older adults prepare eggs every morning using heavily processed vegetable oils without realizing those oils may contribute to inflammation, poor circulation, and weaker blood sugar control over time. And after 60, the body becomes far more sensitive to inflammatory stress than it was decades earlier. This matters more than most people think. Chronic inflammation can affect the flexibility of blood vessels, making circulation less efficient and reducing how well cells respond to insulin. Over time, this may influence energy levels, balance, mobility, and overall stamina. Research has linked long-term inflammatory stress to worsening blood sugar regulation and reduced cardiovascular health, especially in aging adults. The warning signs are often subtle at first: cold feet, tingling in the legs, swelling around the ankles, fatigue during short walks, feeling physically slower or less steady than before. Many people assume these symptoms are simply part of aging, but circulation and blood sugar problems frequently develop together behind the scenes. This does not mean you need to fear food or feel guilty about old habits. Most people were never taught how much cooking methods can influence inflammation inside the body, but small changes can make a meaningful difference. Many nutrition experts recommend preparing eggs with healthier options like olive oil or avocado oil, or using gentler methods such as boiling or poaching. These approaches may help reduce unnecessary inflammatory stress while still providing the high-quality protein eggs are known for. And reducing inflammation is not just about protecting the heart. It also supports mobility, balance, muscle function, and the ability to stay active and independent with age. Because when circulation begins to decline, everyday tasks can slowly start feeling more exhausting without you fully noticing why. But what comes next may surprise you even more, because the fourth egg method involves one simple ingredient already sitting in many kitchens that may help the body respond to sugar in a completely different way. This next method surprises many people because it sounds almost too simple to matter. But after 60, small daily habits often create the biggest long-term effects on energy, blood sugar, and overall health. Certain spices, especially cinnamon, turmeric, and black pepper, may help support healthier blood sugar balance when paired with protein-rich meals like eggs. And the reason goes deeper than most people realize. Blood sugar control is not only about how much sugar you eat, it is also about how effectively your cells respond to insulin, the hormone responsible for moving sugar out of the bloodstream and into the cells for energy. As we age, that response can gradually weaken. Research suggests that repeated blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and metabolic stress may reduce insulin sensitivity over time. When this happens, sugar remains in the bloodstream longer, and the body begins showing signs many people mistake for normal aging. Fatigue after meals, brain fog, cravings, shakiness, feeling physically drained even after eating. While no spice is a miracle cure, studies show that compounds found in cinnamon and turmeric may help support insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammatory stress inside the body. Black pepper may also improve how certain beneficial compounds, especially turmeric's curcumin, are absorbed. That is why many older adults feel better when they pair eggs with cinnamon oatmeal, turmeric-seasoned vegetables, or herb-rich breakfasts instead of processed foods loaded with refined carbohydrates. And this matters for far more than energy alone. Over time, unstable blood sugar can affect circulation, nerve health, balance, and mobility. Many seniors never realize that numb feet, slower walking, or reduced confidence moving around may be connected to years of blood sugar instability developing quietly in the background. The good news is that the body responds strongly to consistency. Small, supportive habits repeated daily can help create steadier energy, clearer thinking, and better resilience with age. And the next egg habit may explain why some older adults feel hungry, weak, or exhausted again only an hour after breakfast. This next method may explain something that frustrates many seniors every day. You eat breakfast, maybe even eggs, yet an hour later you still feel hungry, tired, shaky, or mentally drained. And this is where many people become confused, because after 60, eggs alone are sometimes not enough. As we age, the body naturally begins losing muscle more easily, especially when protein intake becomes inconsistent. What many people do not realize is that muscle plays a major role in blood sugar control and steady energy levels. Healthy muscle tissue helps absorb and store glucose more efficiently, which supports more stable blood sugar throughout the day. But when muscle mass slowly declines, blood sugar swings can become more noticeable, leading to fatigue, cravings, weakness, and energy crashes after meals. The physical effects often appear gradually. Standing up from chairs feels harder. Long walks become exhausting. Balance feels less stable. Confidence in daily movement starts shrinking little by little. Many older adults assume this is simply aging, but research shows that muscle loss and unstable blood sugar are closely connected. This is why combining eggs with additional high-quality protein can make such a difference. Pairing eggs with foods like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, salmon, turkey, or a small handful of nuts may help create longer-lasting fullness, steadier energy, and better blood sugar support throughout the morning. The body needs consistent nourishment to maintain strength and resilience with age. And here is the encouraging part. The body can still respond positively, even later in life. Supporting muscle health through balanced protein intake may help preserve mobility, reduce weakness, and improve day-to-day stability. Because the real goal is not just improving glucose numbers. It is protecting your independence, confidence, and ability to move through life with strength and energy. And the final egg method may be the most powerful of all, because it can influence how your body responds not just for one meal, but for the entire day ahead. Now here is the final method, and in many ways, it may be the most important of all. Because after 60, the body responds strongly to consistency. Many people focus only on what they eat, but overlook something equally powerful: regular meal patterns. Research shows that inconsistent eating schedules can disrupt blood sugar balance, energy regulation, appetite hormones, and even sleep quality over time. And the effects often build quietly. Skipping meals, eating at random hours, or constantly changing routines can make energy levels feel unpredictable. Cravings become stronger. Fatigue appears more often. Mental focus becomes less reliable. Over time, this instability may also affect physical strength, mobility, and overall resilience. That is why many older adults feel noticeably better when they follow balanced, consistent meal habits throughout the week. And eggs can play an important role in creating that stability, not because they are a miracle food, but because they provide reliable protein and nourishment that support steadier blood sugar and longer-lasting energy. Pairing eggs with fiber-rich foods like vegetables, oats, beans, or healthy fats may help create more balanced energy patterns across the entire day. And those steady patterns matter more than most people realize. Calmer blood sugar can mean fewer cravings, fewer crashes, clearer thinking, and better physical endurance throughout the day. It may also help support muscle health, which becomes increasingly important for maintaining balance, independence, and mobility with age. The real power comes from repetition. One healthy breakfast will not transform the body overnight, but months of stable, nourishing habits can gradually change how you feel, move, think, and function each day. This is how small daily choices quietly shape long-term health. Because protecting blood sugar is ultimately about much more than glucose levels alone. It is about protecting your strength, your confidence, your mobility, and your ability to continue living life with clarity, energy, and independence for as long as possible. Before you leave today, remember something incredibly important. Your body is still responding to how you care for it, even now. Even after years of fatigue, unstable blood sugar, low energy, or feeling like your strength and confidence may never fully return, the human body has a remarkable ability to adapt when it receives consistent nourishment, stable routines, and supportive habits. And after 60, those small daily choices often matter more than people realize. Because healthy aging is not only about adding years to life, it is about preserving quality of life, having the strength to move confidently through your home, the balance to feel steady on your feet, the energy to enjoy family, conversations, walks, and the simple freedoms that make life feel meaningful. Many people assume aging automatically leads to weakness, exhaustion, confusion, or dependence. But research continues to show that factors like unstable blood sugar, chronic inflammation, poor nutrition, and inconsistent routines can quietly accelerate many of those struggles over time. And that is the part most people are never taught. Small habits repeated consistently shape long-term health in powerful ways. One balanced breakfast may not seem life-changing in the moment, but repeated day after day, those choices begin influencing your energy, circulation, mobility, mental clarity, and physical resilience far into the future. And perfection is not required. You do not need extreme diets or impossible routines. You do not need guilt over past habits. What matters most is awareness, consistency, and the willingness to support your body a little better than before. Because every balanced meal, every steady morning, every supportive decision becomes an investment in your future strength, confidence, and independence. And those investments add up quietly over time. Your future health is not shaped only by major decisions. It is shaped by the small things you repeatedly do every day. And starting today, even one better choice can begin moving your body in a stronger direction. If this video helped you see your health a little differently today, I hope you will take a moment to support the channel by liking and subscribing. Not for me alone, but because these conversations matter. So many older adults are struggling silently with fatigue, weakness, unstable blood sugar, and the fear of slowly losing their independence without understanding what is happening inside their bodies. And sometimes, one small piece of guidance can completely change the direction of someone's future. So if there is a friend, parent, spouse, or loved one you care about, someone who wants to stay active, sharp, mobile, and independent as they age, please share this video with them. You never know who may need this encouragement right now. And if you stayed with me until the end, thank you, truly. That tells me you still care deeply about your future, your health, and your quality of life, and that mindset alone is powerful. Remember, small, consistent choices still matter. Your body can still respond. Your strength can still improve, and your future is not fully written yet. Take gentle care of yourself, stay strong, and I will see you in the next video.